So imagine being able to feel whole again. Trauma and effect it has on us, it also affects other people, whether we realize it or not. And the abuse. So let's take the steps to grow through it and accept it, understand it, and move forward. So let's look at the brain. Now, I love Dr. Van Deer. So the rational is what we talk about, the thought, right? So that's typically our left. When we're looking at the expression of itself in thoughts, it helps us understand where feelings come from. Now, I want you to all understand it. It helps us understand where feelings come from. It doesn't actually do the feeling work, but it helps us understand where feelings come from. And again, because in the third one it says it can abolish emotion, sensation, or thought. How many times you're over-emotional, something going on, and afterwards you're like, dang, why did I act like that? I know there's more people than that. You think about it, most people are in jail not because of the crime, but because they act off emotion. And because you became angry and you didn't know how to deal with that, you thought anger means I'm supposed to be enraged and I'm supposed to shoot somebody over a piece of chicken. It has happened. I'm sure y'all have seen it.
You're not?
No. Stay away from the chicken. It's not that good. Okay. Let's act. They want you to act. Okay. Shh.
Well, I don't really like hanging around with anybody that's not from my community because I don't really trust white people. Yeah.
Cultural abuse. All right. So the 4 steps, right? Grieving, rationalization, understanding, and that big old lovely forgiveness. People always say, how long is it going to take me to grieve? I'm tired of this. There's no time limit. It's not like when your mama died, you get off work for 2 days and they tell you to be back work. You know, they expect your grief should be over, you should be good. So-and-so hadn't did this. It's like, where's my mama? What are you talking about? There's no time limit for grief. Now, we don't want you to be grieving to the point where you go into a deep depression. So we have to work through grief, right? That's why you had a process. We work through the grieving process. So if somebody's even grieving, at the same time, coupled with that, teach self-care. What are you doing? Are you eating good? You know, exercise, still socializing, some of that other stuff. That doesn't mean you're not grieving. Because what we don't want people to do is go into a deep depression. So you're losing the connection and empathy with your clients.
Yeah, with them. And
Yeah.
then if I watch the news or
Somebody you don't even know.
Yeah, then I'm just like, that's really messed up. That's sad. And so, yeah, it's
Because, you know what, but it could be connected to something. It don't have to be trauma related. It could be the way that you process stuff. And then it's about learning how to be empathetic and connect with that person where they are. Because if I'm not feeling that empathy from you, not sympathy, but if I'm not feeling that from you, I don't want you to be my counselor no more. Because you don't understand. It doesn't mean you have to experience what I've done. I just want you to really listen, really understand and be there. You know, that type of thing. Does that make sense? Thank you, guys. Forgiveness. Teaching forgiveness can be hard, right? Okay. So many times I know everybody hear it. Forgiveness is not for you, it's for me. Forgiveness is not for you, it's for me. That type of thing, right? It's not about the person. It's not about the individual, because if I'm waiting on for you to accept my forgiveness, I'm going to be messed up forever. Does that make sense? Because what it is you have to learn not to allow someone to take over your emotions. You're giving them your power when you allow them to take over you. So if you did something to me and I'm waiting for you to say, I'm sorry, does that really help? That's not really helping. Because what am I looking for? I'm still trying to gain back power. I'm still trying to gain back self-acceptance of me. Because you took something from me. You took my child. You took this. You took my own personal whatever it is, right? So forgiveness is a must, which helps create some of that closure. Some people still have like that, some type of, that little guard a little bit, but it's not going to dictate my life anymore. So I tell you, a year or two ago, I seen him and I told him, I said, I love you because I love my son. I'm not in love with you, but I forgive you. Communication. We have to teach people how to communicate. Okay? What is that passive communication? What is that passive-aggressive communication? A lot of our trauma victims become passive. Okay? People pleasers. People pleasers is like A1 because it diverts the attention off of me. So if I can make you happy, I feel happy, right? If you feel good, I feel good. But if you go away, I'm not happy no more, so I gotta find somebody else. It causes a codependent behavior, right? And so what do you have? People get into those same type of relationships over and over and over and over and over again. And it's like, why I keep getting with the same girl? Why I keep getting with the same guy? Your energy haven't changed.
It's a beautiful sunny day here in Raleigh, North Carolina. And I am so excited that I'm able to really enjoy these types of days. There was a time when that wasn't something that was immediately available to me because of my mental condition and my emotional condition due to some childhood trauma that I suffered and that I had to deal with. And I tried to deal with it for years on my own, and it just wasn't productive that way. And so finally I met this young lady, Miss Angelic Muhammad, and she started working with me. She became my caseworker, and she was my therapist. She actually now is a family friend. But I must say, without her help and her aid, I would never, ever have been able to really be out like this and appreciate a beautiful sunny day.